Okay, let's get started with this. This is for the advanced class, the order of rational numbers from real world. You're definitely going to see positive rational numbers, but you're also going to see negatives and fractions and decimals and percents. So let's get started. First, I want to do a quick review. Convert two decimals. 1.4, 1/4 is equal 0.25. 1/8 equals half of that, 0.125. 1/3 equals 0.33, and 2/3 equals 0.66. Actually, they're repeating, so you should have a bar above them. Also, percents. 2% is 2 over 100, so that's 0.02. 12%, that's 12 over 100, so that's 0.12. 0.02% converts to this. And remember, negative numbers, the order, -3 is less than -2. -1.5 is less than -1. And also, for your education, plot your numbers as decimals on the number line, least to greatest, or you may use the vertical one. That's more appropriate. And make sure that you then designate either by a solid circle or a open circle like I did. Go ahead and plot some reference numbers, but then plot your normal or your requested numbers. All right, let's get started on this. All right, first thing is we've got percents. So 12% is 0.012. That's already in a decimal format. That's already in a decimal point format. This one is 0.03. That's already in a decimal format. So 0.12 is approximately halfway between here and here. So let's go ahead and put that in the number line. Put the converted number there, and as a reference, put the 12% at the top. All right, the next one is 0.42. That's almost to halfway, so let's put that one here. 0.6, that's beyond halfway, so that's 0.6 right there. 3% is larger than this, so it's going to go over here. That's 3%. Well, take that back. It's smaller than this, so it's going to be over here. Let's put it right here. That's 3%, and it's also 0.03. And this is already a decimal, and that is smaller than this, so this would be 0.018. Notice I have least and greatest, and I have some reference points of 0, 0.25, and 0.5, and that's all I needed there. Okay, the next one. Oh, we got fractions now, and also with the percents. So let's make those conversions. This is 1.25, 1.4. This is 1.125. That one's converted already, and 2% is 0.2. So I have the reference line here already built with these valuations, least to greatest, and let's go ahead and plot the numbers. 1.25 is exactly in the middle here, so This is 5/4 and 1.25. 1.4, well, that's almost at 1.5, so let's go ahead and put 1.4 in. 1 and 1.25, so that's about right here. So that's 1 and 1/8 and 1.125. This is 1 plus the 0.8, so this is right here. I'm just going to throw a number like this, and 1.08, and this number is nowhere near these. This is all the way down here. That's 2%, 0.02. And in fact, you would expect 2% to be way down here because this is 100% and this would be 50%. So let's move on. Okay, I got the least, I've got negative, 0.5, 0, and 0.5. So we have fractions, percents, and negatives. So let's make sure all of them are in decimal format. This one will be converted to 42. That's already in decimal format. Decimal 0.8. And 0.27 is already in decimal format. So let's get started. Negative 2.5. Well, it's about right here. So negative 0.25. 42%. That's almost a half. So let's go ahead and put that in. 0.42, and that's 42%. And then we have a negative 0.3, so that's going to be here because it's larger than this number. Excuse me, smaller than that number. So negative 0.3, and we have a 0.08, so that's going to be here, and we go 0.08, that's that 8%, and then we have 0.27, so that's slightly about halfway, 0.27. Okay, now we can either go forward or back, but we have the answers that we need. Okay, now we have to do example 4. Example 4, we have more negative numbers. So this is negative 1.5. That's already in decimal format. That's already in decimal format. This is 0.01, and that's already in decimal format. I already have it pre-labeled for you, least to greatest, negative 1.5 to 5. On the positive side, in the middle of that is 0. In the middle of those is 1 and negative 1. Okay, you should be able to plot these rather quickly. This one is here. It's also negative 1.5. 1.06, that's greater than this, but not by much, or not greater, least, less than, so this is negative 1.5. 1.06. 1.42, that's almost all the way to 1.5, so that's 1.42. 1 1/5. I was thinking that was a percent, but that's 1 1/5. My eyesight is getting bad this morning, I guess. That's 1.2. 1.2 would be right about here. And then you have a negative 1.3. So that would be here, negative 1.3. And that's all the numbers that you have. So look at that and get started on the check-in. Here's the response for the check-in. It is letter C, but I want you to make sure that you underline G and L and that you provide the numbers on a timeline. And here are the practice answers. Make sure I have them on the screen. And here. And here.